let's get into this. Usyk versus Fury 2, the rematch. Well, boxing fans, I have to be very honest with you. I'm actually bored watching these two. Just look at you. People say this is the greatest fight in history. I don't see it. I just don't see it. As far as I'm concerned, the way I look at it, if the sport wasn't as corrupt as it is, right, and the referee done his job properly, Fury should have got stopped in the ninth round. That's my thoughts on it. Um, and I don't like. It's a bit of much ado about nothing. Fury hit Usyk with that uppercut. He hurt him to the body, sure, but Anthony Joshua hurt him to the body as well. Um, I honestly, it's the same old rubbish every time you hear Usyk fight. Oh, he looks bigger in this fight. He looks bigger in this fight. He looks bigger in this fight. He always comes in a similar weight and similar height, or similar weight when I talk about similar height. But there is one thing that pretty much confuses me about Tyson Fury fans and how they break this fight down. Now, going back before Deontay Wilder was beat by Tyson Fury, yeah, wasn't it that boxing fans were saying Wilder couldn't, he could punch, but he couldn't box? Like, he could not box. He had no boxing ability. He was terrible. He was windmilling punches. That's what people were saying. Majority of people were saying Wilder could not box. All right. And Fury called him a skinny basketballer, yeah, with no boxing ability, just a big punch. Okay. Right. This was the guy but a lot of people said that didn't have an iota of boxing ability. This is the bronze medalist, by the way, who went to the Olympics. I didn't say that, but people said. So, okay. So when Fury fights him, apart from the punching power, people disregard Wilder as a boxer. Fight happens. Fury gets dropped twice in the fight. He comes back, has the second fight, and he more or less annihilates, destroys Wilder in the second fight. Agreed? Agreed. So he goes into the third fight now against a guy who cannot box, he can just punch, and gets dropped another two times. Right. But Wilder's crap, right? Can't box. He cannot box, right? Everyone talks about how Fury put on all this weight in his second fight for Wilder and just walked him back. And it was a masterful display of boxing ability. And he overpowered the physically smaller Wilder, a lighter Wilder. Yeah? And we accept that. Okay? But to me, what I can't understand is how this Fury that's now bigger, stronger, and just comes walking forward, throwing punches. That style is the style that because he fought Wilder, he beat Wilder. It beats everybody because he beats Wilder, right? Now remember, Wilder's not a boxer; he's just a puncher. The Klitschko style, the way Fury beat Klitschko, um, people were raving about that. So now we're going to this Usyk fight. And the same people are now coming up and saying the think tanks are popping up again. Oh, if he puts on a bit of weight and he comes forward against Usyk, yeah, he'll beat Usyk. Now, I'm not quite sure how that logic works. Are you trying to suggest to me that Deontay Wilder, the same Deontay Wilder who couldn't box, is the same strategy you're going to use against a guy who can box and he's an elite boxer, a gold medalist, undisputed cruiserweight champion, undisputed heavyweight champion? You're going to go out there and do that, and you're just going to walk through him, and you're going to run through him, and that's just going to happen. You're not going to get hit on the chin yourself. You're just gonna run through him. For me, I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That way of thinking, that way of logic, it doesn't work like that. Or it shouldn't work like that. Not against an elite fighter like Oleksandr Usyk. I mentioned something before, and I'll say it again. Tyson Fury, it doesn't matter how much training you do, he could not get out of the way of the left hand. Anytime Usyk wanted to land a left hand, he landed it at will. He landed it freely. Hello, how you doing, Arm? He landed it freely. He landed it at will. He landed it when he wanted to land it. Right? And he was just touching Fury with that left hand. He was touching Fury with the left hand. So, okay, Fury might do a bit more sparring. He might be open to do more sparring. Okay? But Fury's coming off a defeat, and Usyk's coming off of a win. I say Fury can be better in rematches, but Usyk, I'm sure, can be better in rematches as well. So this idea that you can just be big and strong and walk down Usyk, did not we hear this story with Anthony Joshua? So obviously that doesn't. I don't understand. Like I don't hear people coming out and telling me exactly boxing logically how are you going to beat Alexander Usyk. Are you walking him back against the ropes? Are you his back against ropes? Are you gonna try and outbox him? What is your style? What is your focus? What's your game plan? I don't hear no game plan from Fury. I don't have no game plan. Most guys that fight Usyk don't seem to have a solid game plan. It's I'm gonna walk forward and march him down. Listen, you're not out. You are not going to outwork Fury Usyk over 12 rounds. Tyson Fury. You're not going to do it. And in fights, you have shown that say rounds from 8 to 12, if the pressure's put on you, you lower your guard and you leave yourself open to getting hit with big shots because you tire. And Usyk's a man is going to put pressure on you over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. Does UK stand for Usyk Kingdom? It might do. It might do. I want to take this moment to say thank you again to Uncle Bashir and to Alexander Usyk. Before he even became a world champion, I was watching and studying this man. I had the pleasure of watching him prepare for his world title, his first world title fight against Golovkin. He won the world title and Bashir was training him. And I did a live interview with him. And Usyk is an absolute class act. I just wanted to say that. I'm always grateful. Absolutely grateful. And again, like, this is a good point. You talk about Ngannou being robbed. I mean, I don't know. These are my concerns about Tyson Fury. One, durability. His chin. The way Usyk hit him with that left hand and the way he was rolling around the ring, yeah, my concern is that Fury's durability is not there anymore. You can't live the kind of life that Fury's lived outside the ring for so long and then expect to compete at the very highest level. He's got away with a lot of stuff because the guys he fought are not elite level. How do you fight a man? How do you beat a man you can't intimidate, you can't play mind games with, who doesn't care for what you got to say, who's got as good or better boxing ability than you? What do you do when you meet your match? I remember Nazim Richardson when Steve Cunningham was fighting Tyson Fury. And the thing that Nazim Richardson said is Tyson Fury, if he wasn't as big as he was, if you took his boxing ability to the average size heavyweight 6'2", 6'3", he wouldn't be that good. But it's his size that makes him as good as he is. And that's what Nazim Richardson said. I didn't say that. So let's think about Fury. How good is Fury against elite boxers? Elite boxers in their prime. I'm not talking about a Vladimir Klitschko who was past his best and, to be honest with you, was not being trained the way he should have been trained. If you go back and you listen to my My interviews with Uncle Bashir, James Ali Bashir, in the lead up to the Tyson Fury fight, he warned boxing fans that Fury would beat Klitschko because Klitschko was not doing the things that he was doing under Emmanuel Stewart. And under another training regime, a lot of the things that Klitschko was doing was not what he managed, what got him to be a champion and what got him to be a long reigning champion. They moved away from what Emmanuel Stewart was teaching him and they were doing in camp to something else. So this is inside information. So this is something that led up to the his Klitschko loss. And to back that up further, all you have to do is look at Klitschko's fight before he fought Fury was against Giant Bright Jennings. So, and he looked terrible there. And I like Bright Jennings, he's my guy, but Klitschko looked terrible there. And he was getting very poor corner work at the time. That's what it was. And Klitschko still declined. So I'm not taking away from Fury's win, right? But there was. So that's to me the most elite boxer that Tyson Fury's faced, Vladimir Klitschko. That was the most elite. Hey Joe, how you doing? Oscar Perez, how you doing? That was the most elite fighter that Fury has fought and beat. Elite. I call Klitschko elite in terms of boxing ability. Another gold medalist, elite. When you talk about punching power, elite, I'm gonna say Deontay Wilder. But the Ngannou fight, the Usyk fight, he's just not the same fighter. Now, the fact of the matter is he's going back in against an elite fighter. And that's where you get found out if you're not good enough. You could be good, but are you elite? Are you able to go 12 rounds at a hectic pace with your back against the wall for the most part of the fight of a guy who's pushing you back? I warn people in the first fight that Usyk's going to take the fight to Fury and put a hellish pressure on him. And this rematch, I think Usyk may come out even faster. I also said to boxing fans, there are two types of left hands that Usyk throws. He's got one left hand he throws to keep you guessing, yeah? And then he throws another type of left hand. That left hand he throws, that's the left hand that will rock you, that will hurt you. That left hand. Examples of that, look at when he hits Joshua with the left hand with power. Look at when he hits Dubois with the left hand with power. Look where he hits Chisora with the left hand with power. Look where he hit Fury with the left hand with power. So my concern with Fury is he doesn't see the left hand coming. When he fought Derek Chisora, another example, when he fought Derek Chisora, it was the overhand right that was giving him problems, yeah? So what he did, he altered his style to go southpaw, right? To stop the looping right hand over the top, right? He couldn't see the overhand right coming. That's why I was getting caught with it. That's why he got knocked down by guys like Nevin Pajcek. And, of course, got stunned by Chisora in the first fight. And that was a very good fight, by the way. That's why he dropped by. He didn't see the overhand right by Steve Cunningham. Steve Cunningham 6'2". I think Usyk 6'3". So, does he pick up that left hand? I don't know. So, and then Fury said something quite strange. He said, when I was hurt, Usyk should have jumped to me and finished me off. Wait. When you had Usyk hurt, what did you do? You hit him with the uppercut. You hit him to the body. Joshua hurt Usyk to the body. Joshua hit Usyk several times to the body. Fury hit Usyk several times to the body. Why did he just come rushing in and finish the fight off? He's scared of getting hit with something back. So I think Usyk hits hard enough. And I tell you now, right, the one thing I don't like about this fight, as much as I like what Turkey is doing for boxing, I do not like the fact that he is on a call with Fury and Usyk and acting like a fanboy. I don't like it. I don't like it. I've always had this thought that says Stay away from evil. Even the observation, somebody seeing at you in a position that might look a bit dodgy, keep away from it. Because when I look at Turkey Al Sheikh, right, and he's on the phone to Usyk and he's saying, "Oh, we want the trilogy." If there's a controversial decision in the fight, people automatically turn to Turkey and say, "You see, you try to fix this fight. You scripted this fight because he's made a comment like that." Turkey Al Sheikh, because he's so close to the fighters, he needs to keep his comments to himself like that, because that automatically puts a bad taste in your mouth before the fight's even happened. He's already talking about, "Oh yeah, we want the trilogy." Who's we? Who is we? Who is we? Do Usyk fans want a trilogy? Obviously not. Uh, the Tyson Fury fans want a trilogy. No, they don't, because Tyson Fury fans want Fury to fight Joshua. So who's the we? Who's the we that wants a trilogy? I don't want a trilogy. The fact of the matter is, the reason why there's a trilogy has money to be made is because they're high profile fighters. And a lot of the heavyweight division doesn't have a lot of high profile fighters. They don't. They don't. Usyk's in this position not because he's a personality, which he is though. It's because he can damn well fight. But is he a big ticket seller? No. Usyk's not a big ticket seller, and Tyson Fury's not a big ticket seller. But together, they make money. Tyson Fury's not a big ticket seller. Tyson Fury by himself is not box office. He's not. He's not. He's got box office personality. And I'm not slamming Fury, but there were times when he was in the UK. If you remember Tyson Fury in the UK, he couldn't sell a ticket. He couldn't sell a ticket. So between Usyk and Fury, they are arguably the two best heavyweights in the world. Arguably. But to me, I would quite quickly throw Ajak Kabayel into the mix. I think Ajak Kabayel is one of the best heavyweights in the world. I think he messes up Dubois. I think he gives Usyk a hell of a fight. I think he can beat Fury. I said it before. I thought he could beat Fury. Now people are starting to see how good Ajak Kabayel is. Ajak Kabayel is the business. I don't know, boxing fans. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Do you believe part of your success is a lack of Usyk's success has come through consistency. That's what I believe. He's consistent. Usyk is consistent in what he does, right? And I said I was going back to Tyson Fury earlier about the elite stuff. Can he fight under pressure for 12 rounds and concentrate for 12 rounds? One, is it? Do you believe part of the success is the lack of heavyweights with footwork and southpaw fighters? Yes, it could be, but you also have a trainer. Usyk had the tutelage of Uncle James Ali Bashir, so he had that for a good number of fights with Bashir. That Bush gave him that footwork kick away, he moves around the ring. That's all Bashir right there. For me, the way you beat Oleksandr Usyk, you've got to match him. You've got to match him, and you've got to punch when he's punching. I believe you've got to punch when Usyk's punching. Or when Usyk stops punching, you've got to follow up and punch him back. You have to put pressure on Usyk, right? That's what I believe. I think Fury can do what he's doing, but he's going to be doing it under pressure. He's going to be doing it with Usyk sitting a hectic pace. I don't believe Moses Talma is going to give work he needs. Is questioning the mentality anymore. Who has ever questioned Usyk's mentality? He's concrete. Absolutely. Absolutely. But he's concrete. He had a concrete trainer. He had concrete foundations, James Ali Bashir. I keep going back to this. Years of just keeping on him, on him. And teaching him fundamentals for great. And when you've got a willing student, this is what you get from it. So even after he left Bashir, he still had 4 years of Bashir's training within him. So he believes in himself. And as I said, he knows he can hit Tyson with the left hand and can't see the left hand coming. Tyson comes in heavier. Is he coming in heavier because he can't be bothered to make the weight anymore? Is he coming in heavier because he thinks that, oh, if I hit Usyk with more weight behind me, I'll knock him out? Maybe. But you're more liable to get encountered. And remember, that left hand that hit him was set up because Fury leaves himself open. Tyson Fury does. If you watch Tyson Fury carefully when he boxes, always rubs his nose. Always rubs his nose. Always rubs his nose. And his nose is what punched in the 8th round, which caused Tyson Fury to lose concentration. Of course, Uncle Bashir is a great, all-time great trainer. Absolutely. So, boxing fundamentals. You see, you can get away with a lot of stuff being elite, yeah? But when you actually have to now fight somebody who's elite, it's another matter altogether. Now, because of Turkey out Sheikh, right? And this sport being, I'm sorry, corrupted. Oh, who's? I'm being honest, especially after what Turkey said. Oh, well, we want a trilogy. I mean, you have that much power, you have that much money. Think about it. He brought two promoters together who, for years, couldn't stand being in the same room together. He's done that with money. So I think that's what I thought the first fight with Fury and Usyk. It's like the referee was told, do not stop this fight if Fury's in trouble. And if you look at Usyk, he was pulling his punches. He was following through with any of them shots. He hurt Fury. And if you go back and watch it carefully, he's not really fully following through those shots. They're what Jim would call arm punches. There's no real power behind the shots he's landing on Fury. He hits him once and hits again, and Fury's going on the ring. But Usyk's taking it easy on Fury. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm watching that part there, and I'm thinking to myself, wait, that that don't look right. So I'm thinking to myself, did you go easy on him because you knew you had a rematch in the contract? Did the referee not stop this fight because if he stopped the fight, there wouldn't be a rematch? And it's the same thing I draw to when Joshua fought Usyk the first time, and Usyk had Joshua on the ropes. I think they rung the bell early. I'm thinking, if you stop Joshua in the first fight, it's hard to sell a second fight. Tyson Fury is growing out his beard to try and soften Usyk's punches. Yeah, people have said that. I've heard that one before. I've heard that one before. And this is the first fight Tyson's going to rematch with a guy who knows he can hurt him. You know, when the thunderous punches that Wilder hit Fury with, yeah, Fury went down. I There is this image I get of Fury landing face first and not getting up. And I gave the analogy, I gave examples of why I thought Usyk was going to win the fight against Fury. And I gave the example of Michael Spinks when he fought Jerry Cooney. Please go, when you get a chance, when you finish listening to me, go and watch Michael Spinks versus Jerry Cooney. The same dimensions of Tyson Fury as Jerry Cooney. And Michael Spinks, a small guy, was a light heavyweight. And he beat the crap out of Jerry Cooney. And I actually think this rematch, I actually think Usyk's going to punish Tyson Fury in this rematch. I really do. I do. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I agree with you what you're saying. The fact that he said that leave the window open to controversy leaning towards Usyk, of course, and the Fury on the rematch. Dan D is the answer. Danny D is the answer to Usyk. I don't know. Can Usyk be corrupted? I don't know. Just so many question marks. So I've just lost the appetite for this fight. This is a big heavyweight fight. You should be excited about it. I'm not excited. If I don't see the fight, I don't care. And I should not feel that way. And I think there needs to be a line drawn between promoter, investor, and fanboyism. Give me a fanboy, but getting on a call between two men who are about to fight, and you're in there and you're saying we want a trilogy, tells me, and you can do it if you're a fanboy. I could do that and say, yeah, I'd love a trilogy. I could do that. Commentators could do that, although it wouldn't be professional. Well, not mostly professional, they're biased anyway. But for Turkey Al Sheikh to have done what he did there, no, no. You've got too many. You've got too much involvement in this fight. Somebody said that Usyk was fighting against the establishment. Don't know, but I don't know how Usyk messes up plans because Joshua's messed up the plans anyway. He's well and truly messed up the plans. It's like Joshua turned up to Dubois and said, "Nah, I don't want any Tyson Fury fight. I don't want any of this. Let me just come out of my hands down by my side and do my best impression of Muhammad Ali, and then try and throw uppercut from so far out and get hit and get knocked out." Bad coaching. So you put Joshua to one side. Shout out to Dillian White though. That Tete dude. I would like to see that Tete fight Moses Atalma. I want to take him out. I want to talk about Moses Atalma. Yeah, I think he's a decent fighter, but until he gets hit on the chin, until I see him going through some sort of problems, some sort of issues, some sort of challenge, I don't hear no more about Moses Atalma as the future of the heavyweight division. I don't hear any of that rubbish. I really don't. And Frank knows his boxing. I'm not knocking Frank for 1 second in this, but I don't want to hear no about Moses Atalma. This and I said the same thing about Ben Whitaker, and I'm saying this now. I'm putting it out there while I'm at you. I'm putting this out there about Ben Whitaker. I think Ben Whitaker's going to come back with vengeance. I think he's going to get a good team around him. I think he's going to be training his bollocks off, and I think he's going to come back and he's going to do a number on Liam Cameron. I really do, because I've seen something like this happen before. It's like history. I don't know who the fighter was, right? The first fight was not in their favor, and they got some way out of the fight with that and remained unbeaten. And they came back in a rematch and beat the crap out of the guy. So I can see that happen as well. Uh, Ebenezer Tete was a good fight for Dillian White. For being out for so long, I don't know if he was on a silent ban or not, but good to see Dillian White back. A good win for Dillian White. A good testing fight to come back. That Ebenezer Tete is it's no joke. He came out looking for the knockout. So shout out to Ebenezer Tete. So my final thoughts are: is Fury heavier or is he playing mind games? I don't know. I don't care. If this fight ends with controversy to the point where they have to see a third fight, I don't want to see a third fight between these two. I'm bored still for seeing these guys for the first fight going into the second fight. I really am. I still think White versus Bacardi makes a great fight. Then what about Bacardi versus Dubois in Africa? Why? Bacardi's an African, but Dubois from Grenada. That's not going to work out too well. And by the way, one final thing I want to say, and I do want to say this one, right? There are people out there that are already crowning Joseph Parker heavyweight champion of the world. I would hold tight because I've said Joseph Parker's got the ability to beat Dan Dubois. The question is, He got and he caught Joseph Parker, and Joseph Parker went down. To me, two and two makes four. If Danny Dubois hits Joseph Parker, he'll stop him and stop him early. If you're getting hit by slow ass Sang and getting dropped by slow ass Sang, oh dear, Dubois going to come out like he'll come out the traps very fast. And I don't know if Joseph Parker will be able to deal with that sort of pace at his age. You know, he's had wars with Chisora. You had the Joe Joyce fight. You had the Wilder fight. He then had the Zhang fight. We got dropped twice. I don't know, but we'll see, boxing fans. We'll see. I wish Tyson Fury all the very best. I wish Alexander Usyk the very best. May the best man genuinely win, and it's not down to corruption, corrupt referee, corrupt judges, um, people's water being spiked, uh, dodgy canvases. Uh, I don't know, and if there's anything else that can be done. Yeah, yeah, or even a ring agreed to one side, and if there'd been another side, what's in here? If Dubois gets Parker, get KO. Will Dubois? Yeah, it's interesting. Good. It's Fury looked like he slimmed down when I saw him today. Mirror opposite of what he said about the extra weight. Well, I'll tell you something. If he's lost too much weight, look to the chin, look to durability. When you take off too much weight, that works against you, particularly at his age. When you take off and you don't do it healthily, it's not good. If Usyk wins, retires on the spot, would that would do wonders for the division. Honest, I hope he does. It would do wonders for the division. I hope he retires. That'd be nice. Retire. I don't want to see Usyk down at cruiserweight or bridgerweight because I can see him get that. I see him get himself done on. Don't want to see it. I'm not interested in seeing it. Not interested. In it. Interested to see is a sort of Usyk versus Opataya one fight. Opataya versus Usyk catch weight sort of fight. That'd be great. I'd love to see that. Or Opataya comes straight up to heavyweight for one fight. Love to see it. Other than that, I'm out. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, share the video, and of course, check out all our Tyson Fury and Oleksandr videos and interviews. Check out the channel. Go to our interviews, and there's loads of channel interviews there. Ray Mercer, George Foreman, Evander Holyfield. Check them all out. Opataya would make a great fight. Hey, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed it. I do these videos as much. In the comment section, also, if you want me to do videos, take care. Merry Christmas. And if you're not celebrating Christmas, happy holidays.